Hi everyone and welcome to Lipstick on a Rig. Today we're going to be making this very simple ribbed beanie that is suitable for beginners because it doesn't have any increasing or decreasing rows. For this project I'm going to be using size 4 medium weight acrylic yarn, and this is just the Big Twist Value brand and the color is cream. I'm also going to be using a size F or 5 crochet hook. And we're going to attach the yarn to our crochet hook with a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 40. And if you're unfamiliar with any of the stitches used in this pattern, then please check the links in the description because I will have my stitch tutorials listed down there for you. And once you have your 40 chains in place, then we're going to turn our work and we're going to skip the last chain that we made. And diving into the back loop only of our second chain from our crochet hook, we're going to place a slip stitch. We're going to repeat that, placing one slip stitch in the back loop only for the first 10 stitches of this row. And once you've placed that slip stitch in the back loop only of your first 10 stitches, then we're going to switch to placing half double crochet slip stitches in the full stitch for each stitch in the rest of our row. So to do that, you're going to yarn over, then you're just going to make sure that you're inserting your crochet hook up underneath both loops. Then you're just going to yarn over and drop all the loops on your crochet hook. So we're just going to repeat that process for every stitch in the rest of the row. And once you get to the end of your row, then you're just going to chain 1 and turn your work. And from here, the pattern is going to be to place one half double crochet slip stitch in the first 29 stitches where we place them in the last row, and then we're going to place one slip stitch in the back loop only of our last 10 stitches. And make sure that you're working in the top of the stitch, so with the half double crochet slip stitch you can see this third loop is created, so just make sure that you're working in the top portion of that stitch. So skipping that turning chain, go ahead and place your 29 half double crochet slip stitches. And once you've placed your 29 half double crochet slip stitches, then we're going to switch to placing one slip stitch in the back loop only of our remaining 10 stitches in this row. So basically for this pattern, we're going to be repeating 2 rows over and over and over again. That last row was the first row, and then the next row is going to be to place one slip stitch in the back loop only of your first 10 stitches, and then switch to half double crochet slip stitches for the rest of the row. And you're always going to chain 1 and turn your work and then skip that turning chain. And as you build the body of your beanie, you will notice that the slip stitch portion will make the brim, and that the half double crochet slip stitch portion will make the body of your beanie. So go ahead and crochet those 2 rows over and over and over again until you get this to your desired width. And once you've gotten this to your desired width, which for me was about 18 inches, then you should very clearly be able to see the brim portion and then the body portion as you form these rows. So once you've gotten this to your desired width, then we're going to go ahead and fold it in half. Make sure you've ended your last row so that your crochet hook is on the side where your brim is. And that's because when we connect these 2 edges together, we want all of our tails to be at the top of the beanie. We're going to join these 2 edges together using slip stitches. So to do that, on the brim portion, you're going to want to insert your crochet hook up underneath the full stitch on the side where your crochet hook is. And then you're going to want to insert your crochet hook in the available loop on the opposite edge. That might be a little tight. Then you're just going to yarn over and pull through all the loops on your crochet hook for a slip stitch. And you're just going to repeat this for the 10 stitches that make up the brim. And when it comes to the half double crochet slip stitch portion, you're going to insert your crochet hook again underneath the full stitch on the side where your crochet hook is. And then you're going to insert your crochet hook in this loop at the very top of the ridge. So make sure you're not placing this in this sort of slanty stitch right here, because that's your third loop. Instead, you want to capture this bump right here at the very top. You're going to yarn over and pull through for a slip stitch. And you're just going to repeat the process going all the way up the edge of your beanie. And when you get to the end of your row and your two sides are joined together, then you're just going to cut and tie off your yarn. And I like to secure my starting and ending tails together a couple of times. Next, we're going to cut a strand of yarn that is roughly 1 foot in length. And working along the top edge of our beanie where our tails are, we are going to weave this strand of yarn going all the way along the edge of our beanie. And I'm just going to weave it at the top of every ridge. And once you're done weaving this strand of yarn along the top edge of your beanie, then you're just going to want to pull both ends of your strand of yarn to cinch it nice and tight. And from here, we're just going to tie the two ends of our strand of yarn together nice and tight to secure them. And these tails will make an excellent anchor if you decide you want to attach a pom-pom, but if not, you can always weave this down one of your ridges. From here, we're just going to turn our beanie inside out. And as you can see here, this is the seam that was created when we crocheted those two edges together. In the description, I will link to my DIY pom-pom maker. Please let me know in the comments below if you experienced any issues while you were making this, and I will do my best to help you out. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, Lipstick on a Rig. Thank you so much for working with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.